as I was thinking about things to talk about today, there was various things that I wanted to say. Some I decided not to, and but today I went to Abilene, and as I was going over there and coming back, the wind was really bad, and I have a Versa car, a Nissan Versa, and it was going. I'm sorry, I had a sore throat, and my car, I was having to fight the wind as I was going down the road, and but that people, and I noticed that people were just speeding by. They were just speeding by, and then they would cut. And going on any highway nowadays, I can say I-20 because I live on I-20. I can say that people were driving very erratic. They're just driving all over the place, and uh, I saw one who got right in front of me really fast and then jumped on the other lane really fast, and eventually uh, they were pulled over. There was a lot of police, a lot of highway patrolmen today on the highway, and they were pulled over. And I was thinking, I said, well, there you go. That's what happens when you're going down the road and there's speed traps up ahead. Uh, my car has something I didn't realize until today. It has something that says speed trap up ahead, and I was like, okay, I've never heard this from my car. Um, now I was going 73, 74 miles an hour. Uh, as I've gotten older, I've started to drive slower actually. Um, but one of the things that I thought about as I was driving and seeing this action, and people, I was remembering back when I learned how to drive, that they were talking about drive defensively. When you see somebody coming off the highway, and I've forgotten this, and my sister told me that this the other day, is to pull over to the passing lane so that they can go over safely. But what I noticed today was that people were just driving on the same lane and making it hard for people to get on the highway. And I've done that before and need to practice doing it right. The other thing that I noticed that on the defensive driving is that we we have to be first. We see a construction zone, so we speed up to try to get as far down the road as we can, but still get caught in the lane, in the lane that's not been in construction, and we end up having to go slow anyway. But we're at the front of the line now, and we're happy. Some people, there's a joke that says, I'll drive fast just to make you hit a speed bump." Uh, Today, as I was driving, uh, I backed off. I slowed down so I could get back, and I had two choices at that point: slow down or speed up. Most people will speed up and go faster, but they have the probability of having an accident, get pulled over, and that's in this situation, or just something happen that's gonna make them wreck. Um, I slowed down. I got back in the back of the line, and I was safe, and I felt safe. The reason I talk about the traffic is because a lot of times we're doing the same thing. We're speeding up in life, and we want everything to be uh, fast, 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 fast. We're in what I call the microwave age. The microwave oven, a great tool to have at home. I just heated up my supper a while ago, and it heats up, cooks up, whatever you want. It does it fast. I found out you can cook an egg in the microwave, baked potatoes in microwave. I do the baked potato, but guess it's fast. But also one of the problems with in my opinion, one of the problems with the microwave is that the flavor is not as full or as good as if it was in the oven or in the pan. Why am I talking about microwaves and speeding? Because of the fact that in life we do the same thing. We speed up, we want everything fast, but we don't take the time to savor the moment that we're having at that point. I'm going to pick on a couple of guys. uh, they eat really fast. I won't tell you their names, but they're probably watching, and there's four of them. Actually, there's four of them that I've got to eat lunch with. Um, their habits were formed because they served time, and so they were forced to eat really fast. Wherever they were forced to eat really fast. And now they have the same habit, and they eat fast. I mean, they eat fast. Uh, and I'm over here eating as slow as possible. I mean, that I eat slow. And I asked one guy, "Did you even taste that burger today?" And he says, "Oh yeah, I barely tasted it, but it was good." And I was like, "Savor the taste." In life, we do the same thing. We rush and rush and rush and rush, but we get to a point that we fail to see the beauty of things, and we fail to see the lessons that we need to learn. We are in such a rush these days because we're in a microwave society where everything has to be fast. As we're going through our days, we need to just learn to slow down. I have high blood pressure. I've had to learn how to slow down. Uh, I stress out about a lot of things. Even though I tell people don't stress out, I stress out. I get stressed about a lot of things. So one thing I'm learning to do is to just take patiently, slow steps, and get to where I need to go. And it's one of those things that it's hard to learn to slow down, but we have to slow down. We have to, like the saying says, we have to slow down to smell the roses. As you're going through life, as you're going down the road of life, as you're traveling, even at work, even at school, wherever you are, uh, to slow down and observe the beautiful things that are out there. We have to do that because we don't. We're in such speed rate. We're speed racers right now, and it's time that we start to slow down and look at the positive things in life. There's so much positive out there. One of the things that irritates me a lot is when people are constantly negative. But we all know somebody, and they say, "Well, it doesn't matter. Everything's going to fall apart." Well, in my opinion, when you have that attitude, when you have that mentality, things are going to fall apart. And I've had to learn. Okay, like the old song says, "Que sera sera." You know, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I guess it wasn't meant to be. So be careful, slow down, take time to enjoy life. Take time to enjoy the things out there. Uh, one of the things that I will tell you, I'm sorry, I'm to my seat here for some reason it's not the greatest today. I feel uncomfortable. But one of the things that I will say before I end, sometimes it takes some time to have a great moment, to have happiness come up. And as we're going down the highway of life that I'm going to call the path, I talked about having the right path in your life. As you go in there, sometimes it takes a little bit of time for us to find that happiness that we're looking for. It's going to be hard sometimes, it's going to be tough, it's going to be frustrating. But guys, when we start to slow down and start looking at our decisions and start looking at our things around us, we're going to see how wonderful things and positive things can be. I'll talk to y'all again next week. Perspective from my porch. Maria Franco. Thank you for listening.